I'm so excited to talk more about this, and it's exciting to be here with you in real life.
In real life,
I know. I
finally.
feel like you came out of my screen. You came out of my phone. I'm like, oh, it's
Yeah.
Alisa.
How many years has it been? I don't know,
I
since
think it's been
2018 or
years.
so? Yeah.
Yeah. So we've known each other for over 6 years. We were Instagram friends. We
Yeah,
would
you're one
call
of
it.
my first Instagram
Yeah.
friends.
I think you're one of my first as well. But do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Alisa. I'm a personal style coach that uses fashion psychology alongside traditional styling tools and astrology and human design. And Selena has helped me to put together a program that encapsulates all of my passions.
I feel so in awe of you because you're also a mother and you have a son that's 3. So you're building your business and you're raising a child, and it's hard to do both.
I really appreciate it. Also because you're one of 3 people maybe who remind me of that. It's so
Yeah.
easy when you think about your business to think about your business exclusively. And of course, I cannot move with the same pace as you do, other people who do not have a kid. And even though we have help, I have to remind myself
Yeah.
that I'm a mother first and then a business owner. But that's one of your gifts. You make people seen and help them build sustainable business. And that's exactly what I was looking for. I'm very happy that right now I know I have time for my child and have time for my business as well.
Yeah, I'm so glad. And it's not just people with kids too. You never know what's going on in people's lives, and being able to sustainably build a foundation and grow it, that's so important. And so before we started working together,
Okay.
where were you? What was happening?
So I started my business when my son was very, very young. He was only 4 months old. And I created it in a way that I don't think it would be sustainable for me even before I became a mother. It was less focused on coaching and more focused on the execution part of styling, like done for you instead of done with you. The consultation itself would be quick, like it doesn't take that much time to run a color analysis or put together a shopping list. One of my goals was to deliver a customized styling guide, and it was like 60 pages long.
She
And
sent it to me and I was like, you're charging how much?
I will not tell you how much I used to charge for that. I'm a little embarrassed.
Like,
I was
as in very
undercharging.
low, like severely undercharging. I was like, girl, no.
Yeah. Well, it was a very good lesson. I burned out, and then I spent 2 years in this burnout. I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was like very heavy on the execution and on guidance. And I think I'm great at executing tasks and delivering those things. But it is more natural for me to guide, to coach, to teach you how to fish instead of getting you that fish. So there was a point at the beginning of this year when I decided that perhaps I need to take a break and recover. I was sick every 10 to 12 days, also because my child was bringing me different things home, but you're not supposed to get sick that often. So I took pause and I began looking for someone to help me with different parts of my business. I needed someone to help me build my product suite, someone to help me with marketing, someone to help me with this, with my sales funnel. I found wonderful experts, but they were all separate experts. And then you reached out and you essentially offered to deliver everything that I was looking for, but in this systematic way. And that was it. I remember that on our first session, I told you that I wanted to improve authentic style blueprint, this
Yeah.
long PDF with your colors and your best proportions, with your cosmic style blueprint, like tailored advice and all of that. And you said, how many hours you have a week for that? Well, maximum 20. You need something else. And I kind of told you that I wanted to create a course, but it always seemed so heavy and so big that I was not ready to birth it yet. So you encouraged me to do that instead of improving something that was not working and was not going to work, to be honest, to do something different with a little more effort, but something that was sustainable long term.
And something you can use for years and years and years. I know we covered a lot. We basically worked together one-on-one. We did consulting. And with that, I like to create a very customized experience depending on what the client needs
Mm-hmm.
and what they want. We covered a lot of ground.
Yeah.
We started with your product suite. We
Mm-hmm.
identified your offer, your product. Then we did the sales strategy, then your sales funnel, and then
Mm-hmm.
your launch.
Mm-hmm.
And through that whole process, what were some of your big learnings or takeaways? We can piece it up. Let's start with your product and like the course and your
Yeah.
signature offer that you're building. Yeah.
The most eye-opening piece is that I had to create something that potentially would be evergreen. I really appreciate that you gave me some time to process because it is a process. And like you have to let go of this vision of your business that you had and embrace something else. And yeah, it might feel a little scary and all that. And I realized that the lead magnet that I had, I spent so much time putting that one together. It wasn't really working. It was like one of those lead magnets that you create and then your business evolves.
It was like an overhaul of everything,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
But it's important because we started this process with identifying what you wanted from your life and with your
Mhm.
business. And we set the goal of eventually, okay, you know that you don't want to be tied to showing up to a certain call or tied to
Yeah.
something because your schedule
I
is.
want to, I just can't
Yeah,
right now.
exactly. Your schedule's a little bit up in the air with your little one, which is totally fine. But knowing that we worked around it, and I think that's so important. And then you processed what you wanted, you thought about it, and then we went full steam ahead and we
Yeah.
made sure everything would be
Yeah.
aligned and
Yeah.
would be optimized to get you
Mhm.
sales. Which is great. Talking a little bit about the sales strategy and the sales funnel, what were some of your learnings there? You talked a little bit about the lead
Mhm.
magnet, but just stepping back a little bit, making sure everything's optimized and making sure you actually get customers and not just Instagram followers.
That's the tricky part because Instagram is my main marketing channel and I find it easy to create content for Instagram and it takes a lot of time. So I also felt I was spending a lot of time and energy on something that wasn't moving the needle. At first, it was great to shift my focus temporarily and stop building the house from the roof down. So we got the lead magnet as well. I'm quite happy with that. I feel like it embodies like the different elements of what I teach. It's like an appetizer and then I deliver the main dish. It's not the main dish anymore. And then they're so full that they're just
They
like, they
can't
don't
eat
want anything
anything
else.
else.
And then I have an email sequence right now. It's more important to have it
Yeah.
than procrastinate, never have it and
Yeah.
hope that someday you'll create something that will be perfect. I haven't even considered running a conversion event before, even though I've attended many of them. So I know it exists. Again, it wasn't something in my awareness. I didn't think about it.
Just quickly, if people don't know, a conversion event is an event that happens where you convert your customers. So it could be a sales call, it could be a webinar, workshop. It could literally just be an email. It's just something to invite people in. One thing with you, again, because your time is limited and we also don't know when you have time, it was crucial that we picked a conversion event that worked with your schedule too. So that was also a piece. Again, like life first business.
So yeah, I'm going to be running my conversion event. Yesterday, we spent the whole day talking and I told you that I felt a little overwhelmed. You asked what was overwhelming me. And wasn't the fact that I didn't know what to do and in which direction to go. It was the timepiece. Remind myself that this is my business.
Yeah.
If I need a little more time to deliver something awesome, I can take this time.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
I'm excited about the conversion event. I think my community will really appreciate it because so far what I offer is either working one-on-one with me or maybe my long form newsletter or blog post, but I've never done anything like this. So slightly scary, but like 20% scary, 80% excited. It's okay.
That's everything in business.
But creating the course launch was another big thing that was really overwhelming me because there's so much contradicting advice out there. Also, when people give advice, they provide so much of it that no one tells you what you can actually sacrifice with part of lunch, how you can make it shorter, how you can make it easier. Nobody talks about that. They want to give you like the whole package.
Yeah.
And it's just scary. And working one-on-one with you, I had this opportunity to ask, okay, so that's what I have to do if I want like maximum benefit from it. If A, B, and C happens. Like, what do I do? What is my bare minimum with my email sequences and all of that, with the blog post content, with conversion event? How many times do I run it? For how long do I run it? That was really, really, really helpful to hear you validate that it is possible to do it differently. It doesn't have to be that strict and that structured, because I'm already someone who craves structure, and we live in the world that embraces us to be more consistent and all of that. I'm learning to be more in flow and trust my intuition more. So it was nice to hear someone with so much experience as you to say that it's possible. You can launch and still dance under the moon and
Do all the things.
have your evening routine and all that and
Yeah.
sleep.
Yeah, I think it should. Otherwise, you're going to burn out and have a horrible launch because they're going to show up and then jump off the face of the
but
earth.
not enough people talk about it. They
Yeah.
tell you they're just like, I have to push through, and well, yeah, it is hard and you got to do this hard thing, but actually it does not have to be hard.
Yeah.
It can be done differently.
It is hard, but it doesn't have to feel torturous. I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
difference.
Like there are different levels of hard.
Yeah.
There's hard and doable, and there's hard and perfectionistic and unreachable.
Yeah.
Maybe for someone who has been launching things for a while, it's going to be easier. But for me, it's not just like this new structure that I have to integrate and the product, like to create the product and everything else.
Mhm.
It's also like a big psychological change.
Yeah.
You're claiming a spot, asserting that you are an expert and you have something to offer. That is, for me, it's a heavy psychological load that I have to process as well, on top of doing all the admin tasks and setting things up.
At the same time, you're learning all these new concepts, and you should be really proud of yourself.
You make me very proud. Thank you.
I'm like a proud mom. How did you process that psychological part, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, I mean, it felt great, because the thing with looking for another expert to help you with whatever it is, like, you want someone to tell you what to do. Otherwise, you wouldn't be looking for that person. Of course, later you use your own brain and you determine what's actually good for you, what's not. But I really needed someone to tell me that what wasn't working, that I had to do something else. It did hurt my self-esteem a little, because maybe I understand on the back of my head that it's not longer working, but also you have to kind of say it aloud and take down that sales page and that link. And you think that everyone thinks, oh, like that didn't work out for her. No one notices that. No one thinks about it. But still, for you, you are the center of the universe. So everybody thinks about you. Everyone notices every little thing you do with your business. So that was a little hard, but then you'll accept there is this sense of relief, and it's almost like shedding old skin, and now you can sense the wind that touches your skin because you shed that crap. You are in a way born anew because you shed this identity that no longer works. So it felt good entering my new era in different ways and different senses.
So speaking of your signature offer that you're starting is called Personal Style Mastery, or PSM. I'm so excited. Can you give us a teaser about what it's about?
Yeah, it's a coaching container, a group container. It is a program that helps you either find or refine your personal style, even if you are in a already pretty good place with your wardrobe and all of that. I'm sure you will still benefit from the program, because first models, they cover more like the psychological part of it and this connection between your subconscious and your emotions and how it influences choosing clothing, and how your choice of clothing influences your inner world as well. So there's some fashion psychology. The first models are a little heavier on astrology and human design as well, because those help you be your most authentic self. And personal style is essentially your authentic expression in the physical world. Model 3 covers proportions. Model 4 covers colors. And the last two models teach you how to declutter, organize, and curate your wardrobe, and also all the best stuff on shopping offline and online, how to identify quality, because I find that there's so much information already on how to style things. It's so easy, but not enough people in the age of fast fashion especially talk about identifying quality, either it's new or vintage. There is already information on everything else, and I want to take the niche that teaches the how of things and not just like what to buy. And I'll be supporting my students in the group chat. And I know that I'm not for everyone, but if I'm for you, I'm for you. We're going to have a great time together.
Yeah. And I'll put the links like down below and stuff for PSM.
Thank you.
So if someone were thinking of working with me, what would you say to them?
I would tell them to go for it 100%. You aren't just an amazing expert with so much experience already at your young age, because 30 is young. You're also like an amazing human being and you have such gift for optimizing everything you touch. And you see people and you have great attention to details. You are super efficient, so analytical, yet you have strong emotional intelligence to you use both sides of your brain, the left and the right, and you're great in those things. Absolutely go for it. Like if it feels like an investment, it is. But what is an investment? Investment is something that you make money off it. They should absolutely book you before other people do. One day you'll be too famous and too unavailable and you're missing your chance if you are not working with.
So nice. I don't know what to say.
I felt like this after I read your card. Can you
So
move to Spain, please?
I
Can we be
know.
best friends here?
I'll spend the winters here and the summers I'll go back to London. Maybe.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
works for me.
Yeah. Okay. I guess anything else you want to share with anyone?
I feel like I've covered a lot. I always have something else to share, but I think it's time for vino tinto, for a glass of red
Yeah.
wine to celebrate our
Yeah.
success.
Well, we'll see you later. Bye bye.